Alright, so welcome back to the video on this channel, and today we're going to be doing something a bit different on this channel because for a lot of you that do play FIFA will know the FIFA 21 player ratings have been just released in the last few days. And yeah, in this video I'm going to be going through and analysing and breaking down the ratings they've given to the Chelsea Football Club players. And to be fair, there's a lot I don't agree with really, so it should be a quite interesting video this. Just a quick disclaimer, of course, all the Chelsea players ratings haven't been revealed. It's only like a select few, like most of them have been released, but like the likes of Kepa, Tammy Abraham, Callum Hudson-Odoi, just to name a few who haven't been released yet in the player ratings just yet, but I'm going to be going off the ones that purely are out at this moment in time. So yeah, let's get straight into this video now. Starting off with the first one, and a new signing from Chelsea Football Club this summer, Timo Werner, the German striker. Now, I don't understand this one because a lot of you that play FIFA will know that he was 83 rated going to the start of FIFA 20, and he had a very good season last season, of course, scoring 34 goals, and he did get a winter upgrade, which is of course a rating increase based on how a player does in the first half of the season, and he got upgraded from an 83 rated card to an 86 rated card, and for some reason in FIFA 21 they've decided to downgrade him once more to an 85 rated card, which does not make any sense to me considering his goal record at Leipzig continued at Leipzig towards the end of the season as well. So it really doesn't really make much sense to me, the fact that they've upgraded him to 86 just to downgrade him again to 85, even though he's still just as good as he was when he was upgraded from 83 to 86. So it just doesn't really make sense to me, if I'm honest, but there you go. Another player that has been unfairly downgraded in my opinion, other than Werner of course, is our other striker, Olivier Giroud, who was 82 rated last season and for some reason now is a 79 rated player on FIFA 21. Now I know a lot of people will say that, you know, EA Sports particularly like to pick on players that are aging in terms of downgrades, and it doesn't really make any sense because a lot of players that are getting older have been given like better upgraded cards in FIFA 21, so I don't know why Giroud has been one of the ones that has been picked out to be, you know, a lower rating, considering at the end of FIFA 20, or the end of the 2019-20 season I should say, he was actually very good for us and scored a lot of goals, and to be honest, was probably one of the main reasons why we actually got into the top 4 in the end, so this one does kind of surprise me as well. Christian Pulisic, now he was rated 79 last season, and so you think he'd had a very good season at Chelsea. I mean, a lot of people arguably saying he was our player of the year alongside Mateo Kovacic in midfield, and to be honest, I think he should have got really like an 83 or an 84 rated card at the very least. But no, EA Sports have decided to give him an 81 rated card. Not only that, but he's also a non-rare, which is just absolutely laughable in my opinion. I mean, if you want to put context into that, just to put this into context, Xherdan Shaqiri played like a handful of games for Liverpool last season off the bench, and didn't really make any impact whatsoever for Liverpool's title win last season, and yet he's the same rating as Christian Pulisic, who has been one of the best players not only for Chelsea but in the Premier League last season. So it just blows my mind how they're still the same rating. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And speaking of our player of the season, as I said, for Christian Pulisic, who was in the running, Mateo Kovacic has been given an 83 rated card, which again doesn't really make much sense to me because, you know, it is an upgraded card at the end of the day. He was 82 rated in FIFA 20, but Mateo Kovacic was by far, probably in my opinion anyway, our best player, our most consistent player throughout the season. So I think he should at least, at the very least, have an 84 rated card, and I think they've kind of not really shafted him, but they've been very unfair in my opinion in giving him an 83 rated card. And yeah, as I said, Mateo Kovacic really, in my opinion, should have been like at least 84, maybe even 85, because I think a lot of people do underestimate, and clearly EA Sports are one of those people, that Mateo Kovacic had a massive season for Chelsea last season, and a lot of people do kind of tend to overlook that. Now on to Mason Mount, who has been given an 80 overall rating in FIFA 20. Now in my opinion, I think he should be like 81, 82. I mean, 80 is probably an acceptable number because I think, if I am right in saying, he was 75 at the start of the year, and I think he got upgraded to a 77. I'm not 100% sure on that, so please correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. But yeah, an 80 rated card for Mason Mount, as I said, probably isn't the end of the world because it is an upgrade, and a quite good upgrade at that, but I do think that he kind of deserved a higher rating just by a bit, like maybe to 81 or maybe even 82, because Mason Mount last season was on a consistent basis a very good player for us, and he's a vital member of Frank Lampard's system, so I think that Mount is probably a bit underrated, but as I said, it's not the end of the world because 80 rated is still probably a decent card for him going into the new FIFA. Now this one is just a bit strange. Now, you know, Chelsea's defence is pretty much a laughing stock, if anything, or it was last season anyway, and Antonio Rudiger, in my opinion anyway, and a lot of Chelsea fans' opinion, was probably our worst centre-back last season out of the 4, of course, him, Zuma, Christensen and Tomori. But what doesn't make sense in this scenario is that he's still higher rated than Christensen, Tomori and Zuma for some reason. Now Kurt Zuma has got himself an 80 rated card, and Andreas Christensen is 79. I'm not sure what Tomori's is just yet, as I said at the start of this video, his rating hasn't been released yet. So yeah, Antonio Rudiger is our highest rated centre-back, of course, other than the new signing Thiago Silva, but out of the centre-backs that were there last season going into this season, Rudiger is somehow our highest rated defender in terms of centre-backs, even though, like, of course, I said in previous videos he was actually quite good in the 18-19 season and before that under Antonio Conte as well, but I definitely don't think that he deserves to be our highest rated centre-back based off his performances last season. I mean, I thought Kurt Zouma and Andreas Christensen and Fikayo Tomori, even though he didn't play a lot towards the end of the season, were much better than Rudiger last season. Now on to one that I think is probably too high of a rating for a Chelsea player, if I'm being honest. Now I always want to back my players, of course, but Azpilicueta, I'm not sure why, has been given an 84 rated card. Now as I said early on in this video, Olivier Giroud got downgraded purely, I'm going to guess, because of his age, but Azpilicueta has got that 1 year older, and last season he was decent, but he wasn't incredible, but somehow he's still 84 rated, and somehow still one of the best right backs in the game. Now Azpilicueta is a very good player, but he really shouldn't at this stage in his career be one of the highest rated fullbacks in FIFA, and yeah, 84 rating for me, in my opinion. Now obviously, as I said, I want to back my players, but I think an 84 rating, considering Reece James is 77, 7 ratings less, I think 84 is a bit generous, if not a lot generous, to Azpilicueta. I think he probably should have been around 82 max, I'd say. Now moving on to more of the new signings, Hakim Ziyech is 85 rated, but one thing I don't understand is that they've put him down as a CAM. Like, he's clearly a right winger, he's played there for Ajax last season, he's clearly, everyone knows at this stage, he's going to play there for Chelsea next season. So he's been given an 85 rated card at Chelsea this season. I think he probably could have gotten 86, maybe even an 87, so I think it's quite harsh on Ziyech, to be fair. Another new signing now, Kai Havertz is 85 rated. Now I had to mention this because, you know, he's a record signing, and I have to say 85 is probably a fair rating for him, because of course I think he was 84 last year. I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong there. But yeah, I think a 1+ upgrade for Havertz in this FIFA is probably fair, so nothing to complain about that one. Another new signing, Thiago Silva is 85 this year. I think he was 87 in FIFA 20, so that's a -2 downgrade, again purely because of his age more than likely. And the final rating I'm going to go through in this video, because the rest of them I kind of do agree with to some extent, Ben Chilwell, another new signing for Chelsea. He's 81 rated in the new FIFA, and yeah, in my opinion, like Kai Havertz's rating of 85, I think 81 is kind of a fair rating for Chilwell. I'm pretty sure he was 79 at the end of FIFA 20, so yeah, +2 rating for him, considering he was very, very good for Leicester at the start of the 19-20 season and then kind of dropped off like the rest of his Leicester teammates. I think 81 is a fair rating for him. And yeah, that will bring us to the end of this video. So if you disagree with any of my opinions I've given on these FIFA 21 ratings in this video, then make sure to leave it down in the comment section below. I'm quite interested to see how many of you actually agree or disagree with these FIFA 21 ratings. So yeah, make sure to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. Also make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're looking to hit 500 subscribers as soon as we possibly can, so we very much appreciate it if we could hit that as soon as possible. And I'll see you guys in my next video. See ya.